June 20th, 2016. This is Maelstrom Radio.
Maelstrom Radio. With your hosts, Flex and Shinter.
And welcome, one and all, to Maelstrom Radio. How's it going? This host is from the Great White North, lover of maple syrup, and possibly can wrestle a beaver. It is Shinter.
I couldn't go with like moose or something.
Figured the beaver was like your national animal, right?
That is true. Yes,
So,
we are the beaver.
so I figured if you had to wrestle something, why not the Listen! Most Americans want
You want to start off that way?
most Americans want like a raging bald eagle like flying over them. I don't Sorry, listen, I figured if we start downhill, we can only go up from there.
We can start at the top and work our way down.
Nah. So it's our third episode. We're missing.
No awesome intro for yourself? Like,
Oh well,
I wasn't prepared for this. I'm sorry. I'll come next week with like an awesome introduction for you.
Alright, let's see. This host hits buttons and tries not to make anything catch on fire while he does the show. It's Flatus. Hi. But now, see, it seems egotistical when I do. Like I'm introing myself. Like I got nothing better to do except, well, everyone look at me. I'm famous. It's not true. It's all gone terrible. So, how's it going? How's your week?
It's been a really crazy busy week. I don't even think I got a whole lot of time to game this past the 7 days.
Agreed.
I think I was in like one or two of them.
Agreed. I've been sick and I've been leveling crafting. That's what I've been doing. Carpenter's level 32.
How's your lumber wood jack thing?
My woodsmith
Yes,
is
the woodsmith.
my woodsmith hit level 32 and maybe I would say total time played 4 hours.
Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. Speed level.
How's woodsmithing?
It's good. If you follow a nifty guide, you'll speed right through crafting. And also, I'm getting really good at like high queuing, like HQing items.
High queuing. That sounds
High queuing. It's a word. It's a thing now. Listen, I can make the top quality lumber. If you need wood, you come see me.
Your woodsmith can high queue that lumber.
Welcome to the show. Welcome.
Flatus, everyone.
Yeah, that's it. It's game over. It's been a good run, guys.
Three. We made it to 3.
We made it to 3. Ah, jeez. All right. Well, we got some news. We talked about it last week, but the summer DLC promo is officially live. I think it went live the day after we announced it, but just to give you guys a reminder, the summer DLC promo is the you go. It was the 7-Eleven promo from Japan. It came over to America from June 14th to June 27th. So you have 7 more days. You go over to Amazon. You buy anything that's $19.99 or more, anything that's qualifying, and they haven't really specified what would qualify as a purchase of $20 or more. But you get you get a promo code, and that unlocks the original Fat Chocobo mount, which is a white Chocobo mount with a little crown. The maid attire, the butler attire, the Crag mask, which is a Titan mask, the Inferno mask, which is the Lord of the Inferno, and of course 99 magic prism wings, so you can look like a fairy. So
Fairy riding a white fat chocobo.
it's gonna be me. It's me. It's my future.
Wearing the Ifrit mask.
I'm gonna wear the maid attire, don Ifrit, don those prismatic wings, and ride the white, wearing a Crag mask while riding the Fat Chocobo.
Pixar didn't happen.
Yeah, it's gonna take it and then be like the internet in one photo. Also news. E3 live letter happened last week. If you guys didn't know, E3 happened last week.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What's E3?
E3 is that thing that happens once a year where game developers go and they talk about the games that they want us to play. Otherwise known as how many games did I see with a drone in it? Almost every game besides Battlefield 1.
Something about this year seemed to be the whole year of VR.
VR.
You're talking about VR all over the place this year.
Yep, anything that could be a VR game apparently. The new Resident Evil game, VR game, which is which was probably my like the reason I wanted VR besides Star Trek. Was the Resident Evil game because it was like PT but Resident Evil, and I was like,
you don't want to be Batman?
Oh, I do want to be Batman so bad. That was the other thing. Rocksteady's making a VR Batman game. I just, the thing is, I don't want it to be like cheesy VR, like I just put on the helmet and everything is on rails slightly, or I'm in a spoopy house, everything's just spooky, and I'm just like, oh, well, like, because I think Batman wearing the mask going to like an Arkham thing would be kind of cool, but also very kind of like, how do you do fight like that? Like, how do you do the fighting? Unless it's all detective mode, unless it's just a detective solving no combat sort of thing. Like everything combat-wise is maybe in the car or on a plane. That would be interesting. We need more info.
Well, we'll see.
Much more info
Next
needed.
year.
Yes. So, you got anything else about E3?
Not like really. I did see the Final Fantasy 15 stuff that was coming out. That looked pretty interesting. Still not too sure on the whole VR aspect that they're kind of pushing with that one, but
They know Pronto is like the fan favorite.
but I'm sorry, him with the PlayStation VR thing, that just is kind of weird.
That's so weird, but it's like you get to go bang bang with Pronto. That's it.
It does make me want to play it. Like, even if we don't get to play a whole lot, I'd love to see the world of Final Fantasy in actually like a nice virtual reality.
It would be nice.
Just their environments are amazing to see. So if you could actually see that, that would be something.
Yeah, it would be. I'm interested to see. I know that Final Fantasy, Yoshida said that they were experimenting with certain locations of Final Fantasy 14 being VR, so I'm kind of interested to see what locations and how that would work. I'm not sure. Maybe housing? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure like Tamtara Deepcroft should have some VR experience in there.
I agree.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. Speaking of spoilers, nice segue.
3.3.
Boom. Shin, first of all, let's start. Let's not. I'm gonna push off the main story for a second. Let's talk about Hildebrand. First of all, Hildebrand. Short. High.
Except for that time when we grew taller.
Yes. High comedy. Not enough of Hildebrand.
Yeah, I felt it was very, very. Yeah, short was a good way to put it. It'd be really nice to have a little bit more sustenance to it, but at the same time, if they're pushing out content all the time, I can see why they're just like, hey, let's put a little bit of taste in there so that people don't complain that, oh my god, there's no Hildebrand.
But I also would be okay if they took like, hey guys, we're gonna not do Hildebrand next month, so we can deliver a chunky Hildebrand experience with like a trial and everything. That's what I want.
You just want to fight Godbert?
I don't know if we'd fight Godbert. I almost think we'd fight Hildy's mom, whose name
I don't think even a 24-person alliance could take that down.
she is pissed.
She's terrifying.
She's pissed. She has a frying pan, which, by the way, I want that to be my weapon, because apparently she's a Dark Knight.
That's the final form of your Dark Knight weapon.
Yeah, it's the giant frying pan.
As long as it glows purple, right?
Mm-hmm. Some of my favorite parts of that were the snowball fighting scene, because the elks were dead. Like, the animals were just dead. The elk were all dead from the snowball fighting.
And somehow Vivi survived and was only marginally damaged, I guess.
Only a little bit. Well, you know, he is a Manderbill mammoth, so
It's true.
you got to be
And
tough.
he or she is also a real boy, at least temporarily. And somehow Godbert can make mammoths into real boys. Okay.
Godbert wields the power of life and death. No matter what it is, he just wields the power of life and death.
Except with his wife.
Nope, doesn't.
Yeah, this cannot touch her.
Not. No, you can't. Which sad, because she's a pretty woman. You live your life in this game. It's all you got is like his wife and the dancing girls in Ildon.
Pretty sure you need to get out and explore the world a little.
Yeah, like yeah, right. You ever gone to Casa del Sol? They got some cat ladies there dancing too. I give them I go a little gill dry if you catch my. This is going so bad. It's experimental comedy Monday, guys. This is welcome.
It's moved from Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, it's moved to Mondays now. Monday nights at 8.
For more of this, join our free company on Fanbrit.
Yeah, that's all you get. This is what Discord is.
For better or worse.
Yeah.
Better. Usually better.
Usually. Sometimes. Maybe. Well, let's 3.3. Probably the best. Story-wise, I loved it. Like, I loved the fight, and I loved most of the stuff after the fight. I don't think I loved all of it. Some of it was a little draggy on. Like, all right, we get it.
But that fight, though.
That fight was amazing.
You got dragons and dragons and dragons, and then little tiny people and
I've
dragons.
I played Warcraft for 10 years, and that is the best fucking content I've ever played. like boss raid content. Like, I don't care. I know I was like under geared, but give two shits. Like, even if I was at gear level, like I know people are having issues with that thing at level and at gear. Like, it's gonna be easier each week as people are getting better at doing it. But
You're
like,
talking about Nidhogg Extreme, the Weeping City.
Well, this in particular is Nidhogg. I know the Wiping City of Mach, but the Weeping City of Mach is also tough. We'll talk more about the difficulty and what people want to see in the E3 live letter, which is our next little tidbit. But difficulty wise, Nidhogg was great. Like the fight was I don't know, like they wrote a story so well that like you so pissed off at Nidhogg. I'm like, I want to kill this dragon. I legit want to kill this damn thing.
Except I already killed him. We killed him way back when.
Well, we didn't do that. Estinian killed him. My turn.
It's true, Estinian killed him.
So, the fight was great. Like, I think that it's a dance. It's such a dance fight. You have to be on point. Like if you mess up and you're in the AoE when he's doing Hot Wing, you're dead. That's it. You're screwed. You are dead. Healer's not gonna be able to pull you out of that.
I'm quite aware of that.
I've been in that situation.
Being that healer that could not pull out of that.
Um,
I
and,
was all triggered when I did that fight. I was definitely below my gear.
so it being the way it was, I was excited, man. Like just like especially when we beat it. Like I know I did a random group just to go through it, and my first group abandoned, and I hate, and I will say this, and this goes out to anybody that's still having a difficult time. If you find a group, like especially if you've done it before and you get with the group, just have patience. Like take the time, explain the fight. Like the guy that was like I didn't main tank it, I off tanked it. The guy was like the person tanking had tanked it before and said, do you want to main tank or do you want off tank? Like this is my first time. He's like, why don't you take off tank? I'll main tank it this time. I'm like, no problem. One that gave me the better view of see how to tank that fight, because while I'm off tanking, I'm just doing damage, so I can see how he's tanking it, where he's positioning it. Second, I'm watching how the healers need to be positioned, where everyone else needs to be positioned. Like it was such a big help being off tank, um, in that fight, and I think them explaining like, hey, like the healer saying, hey, everyone group up, we can AOE heal in the back, make sure you don't stand anything, but like there's a lot of RNG in that fight. Oh man, it's a good fight, just solid fight.
And it's all good until you finally get to the ad phase, and then you stand in the middle of it, and you just get completely demolished because, oops, I'm not supposed to stand there.
Yep. Unfortunate people.
I don't think I've actually done that fight since I completed it for my storyline there. So I really want to get back into there and give it another shot.
I would like to see the second phase not need. Like I don't know how your second phase went with the ads, but with ours, we downed the central ad, the one that can't be tanked or aggroed. We got the second one down. And on the third one, we were like limit break the third one because it was the only way to speed getting it down. Did you guys do that?
I think that's the strategy that a lot of people use, and we tried it initially. At the time that I cleared it, we wanted a little bit more DPS so that we could get all three ads down in time. And I think we actually ended up killing the left ad first. Then we killed the center one, and then finally the last one. So it just allowed us to kind of focus on the other ones first, and then we could focus burn on the big one or one of them afterward. Just made it a little bit easier to heal through everything, considering one less ad, one less damage, burn down the small one first, and let us focus on the big ones. I can't remember if we limit break. I don't think we did. I think we saved that for the final phase.
Final phase. Final phase wasn't too bad. I some people were getting real brave with that stacking mechanic. Like some people would not like stack in the group; they would be like a little outside of the arrows. I'm like, get in here. Like we don't know the hitbox. Get in here.
Hitbox is anywhere that I'm currently standing.
I think my favorite part was that from what my understanding is that everything that's happened so far was, and I'm not sure if they use it as a mechanic to make time pass, or everything was a story written, like the retelling of the tale of what we did from Lord Fortomps, like his book, the Heavensward book. I'm like, wait, was this whole thing like his writing of what our actions were this whole time?
Haven't they been saying that from the beginning?
Isn't it? Is
every single time he says it, it's from the book.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, from the.
This whole thing, we know that he's kind of been writing about it, so we knew that there was a conclusion, and we knew that we were getting to a conclusion, and we knew that he survived because he's writing it, obviously, but we don't know how far that was or when the book was writing. Is it in the middle? Is it in the end? So now I guess we've finally closed the chapter on that whole storyline, and now we're on to, I guess, whatever's next, 2.4, 2.5, trying to see where are we going next and who do we get to kill next. Or what undead things we get to kill next.
Well, we it kind of looks like we are aiming towards Papamoa and Ida, seeing what they're up to. Probably gonna go in shenanigans with them. We still have the Warring Triad to deal with. We know there are 2 more big bads somewhere that we need to murder.
Plus the that other guy. Can't remember his name.
Yeah, big bad him as well.
Yes, big bad him.
Yeah. Terrible lore names.
And I guess we still haven't wrapped up everything with Estinian. They did mention that he will be wandering around, so there's still something that we'll be able to talk to him about. I'm sure he'll be back.
What do you think about them naming Emmerich the new Azure Dragoon of the new of the new era?
I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I don't remember a lot about his backstory off the top of my head. I was paying attention to other things. But I can definitely see him being like the leader of the political group there that he was put to the head of.
He's their Robon or you know,
He's got 2 arms,
Nanamo.
though.
He does. Poor Robon. Nothing bringing back that arm, Robon. Nothing.
Not yet.
Not yet, right?
Oh, could you imagine if he got a Magitech arm? Never mind, but that's.
That'd be dope. Can we get that? Can he get a gun arm?
Do it.
Oh man,
I don't know if he needs a gun. We already have our captain.
I don't know. He could.
Olive already has the gun.
Robon could be the new Barrett. Final Fantasy VII. the machine gun arm. It'd be great.
You know, he could pick up the new tank class if they come out with a new tank class in 4.0.
True.
Anyways, we're getting way off topic off this one.
Yeah, we did real quick.
But
So,
you get to finally see some of the characters that haven't quite been mentioned since 2.0.
it's true. Real quick, I didn't want to skip it because I almost forgot. So we did I know my biggest thing was like, well, I don't know if Ysayle died. Like, we never saw her body like we did Hashafont. I was like, but maybe she's still nope.
No.
Sure enough, in a Harry Potter kill Voldemort moment, the power of Ghost came and helped you save Estinian.
Who are you gonna call?
Yeah, Ghost. Although, my favorite scene is Alphanode trying to pull an eye out, and he's doing that weird humping motion. I'm like, I need this as a gift. I need this as a gift in my life. Is just Alfie just going, just trying to yank that eye out. And they threw the eyes in the abyss. Oh man! And then so much.
Yeah,
All right,
no one ever saw that one. Let's not destroy them or protect them or anything. Let's throw them into the abyss.
The abyss.
It's not that deep.
And it was like the abyss. I'm like, does that really just go down? And I wondered. I was like, does that really go down forever? But you really can't see the bottom of that thing. No, it does have a bottom, and apparently the eyes are just down there. And I'm like, so somebody can just go down there and collect the eyes and be like, well, guess what we got?
It's not like we have like flying mounts or things that can go up and down.
Yeah, it's not like we have ships with powers, little airships. I don't know. I mean, I understand like the eyes probably could have taken over one of us, and I guess the fastest way of getting rid of something like that, it would be to toss it over the edge.
Couldn't we just stab them?
You'd think.
Cut them in two? Burn them?
Technically.
Make a stew?
Also, I'd like to point out that us as characters absorbed an eye from a dragon.
That is true, yeah, we did absorb a good eye.
And I would like to say in the ending scene, like when he was flying, when Racefelger was flying back, he was still missing that eye. Like, he gave us that eye. I was like, do I see an increase in my stats or DPS? Because that would be great.
You survived the Nidhogg fight. That's impressive enough.
It's impressive enough. Like,
despite wiping a few times.
I don't get
Or the
special.
few times.
I don't get special. I don't get special things.
Well, if you pay $20 to Amazon, you can get some wings.
It's true. Get them out. Although Nidhogg does drop a weapon, Nidhogg Extreme, so and those weapons do look badass. Want weapon in my life.
So I know that you mentioned this either in the first or second show, but there was characters that we haven't heard from since like the 2.0 quest lines. What did you think about them coming back finally?
Yay! I mean, we needed it. I mean, you can't keep everybody away forever.
That's
Honestly.
true. Although it's starting to become a thing where something bad happens and Thancred shows up and saves everyone. Every single time.
Give the guy a break. He doesn't have magic powers anymore. All he can do is just show up and beat people up now. He's the Russell Crowe of Final Fantasy XIV. He just travels around and beats people, getting into fights. So,
and runs away.
yeah, and then he runs away. He travels along Eorzea to get into another fight. Aw, man, we froze on screen again. Hot damn.
Wow, we lasted quite a long time this time. 27 minutes, I think.
Right? Well, it's worth a shot. We did it. We did it, guys.
Woo!
Go. Can I? Oh, we're back. Yeah. Fixed it. Only frozen for a minute.
We do another 30 minutes, then we're good.
Yeah, we'll be fine after that. All right. Is there anything else we missed in the story? I mean, there's probably like a huge chunk, and someone's gonna be like, "You guys missed this."
Not really part of the main story, but afterwards, did you end up doing the quest that was in the Fort Thomas Manor there? It's the one that brings you back through the whole history, that like back from 3.0 all the way kind of through to 3.3.
No,
There was a quest giver right after you finish the final cutscene, and he's right in front of.
Was it? Wait, was it a special flamey quest?
No, it was a normal quest.
No, probably.
I told you last week. Do the quest that's in the house. You should go do that quest anyway. Awesome stuff.
I'll do it after the show. I'll do it after the show. Probably. Rather, I grabbed it and didn't do it. I did it. I probably didn't do it. I probably didn't catch it. I probably didn't do it. It's fine. I'll grab it and do it. So, I'll go through things. It'll be fine. Hildebrand.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. You see Hildebrand, and that's all you can think about.
Sometimes. I mean,
Papa Hildy.
Papa Hildy. Come on, man. Like I saw a robot become a boy to the best of its ability, and then clothesline a man. So, all right. E3 live letter happened last week,
Yes.
and we got some super interesting. One, we saw how the dungeon of the House of the Dead is going to work. Like, we kind of saw the inventory, we saw some of the gameplay. Super excited. But before we get to that, so there's some things we want to talk about. Apartments are coming in 3.4, which is kind of cool. I think that's going to relieve a lot of the housing market. I know that the new houses came in and they were gone instantly. I know Yoshi had said that some people were complaining that people were buying houses and then selling them for higher rates. If you see that on your server, Yoshi P had said definitely report that person, because that is not supposed to be how it works. If you're buying a house just to have a house, congratulations, you got a house. But if you're buying a house to make a profit, it ain't working that way. Like us, we upgraded and we have a small house, and we'll sell it, but we're not trying to turn a profit necessarily. We just kind of just want to recoup our money. it's really what we want to do is to make our money back.
We were poor.
Yeah, we were poor. We were poor. We bought a house. The greatest news I've heard since Palison's dead. In 4.0, we are getting a major, and I mean he said, to quote Yoshi P, like a big increase into inventory space.
I think that's quite the quote.
Close enough. I mean, it's large. It's massive. 29 billion spaces. Yeah, what? 10 whole spaces? Not like it's 10 whole spaces. I know it's gonna be more than that.
I don't know, but whatever it is, I really hope there's a lot more room because I would love more bank space.
He said it's
Or
gonna be.
bag space.
I know he said it was gonna be a significant amount of space, like, which is great because I hope that it's not just our personal and our armor, because I think they said armory, chest and personal. I would really like our what's it called, to get more
The
space.
retainers.
Yeah,
Or
but
the
no,
the free company bank.
that too. That
That's what it's called. Company chest.
the company chest needs to increase as well, or at least like let us earn, like, if you, real quick, just a thought. If you added more levels to us, like the free companies, to gain more levels, and you add things like you get 3 more company chest level, like you get 3 more levels in the company chest, and like that helps. Like, just give us some bonus crap, or like give us like, if you're traveling to the goblet to your ward to your house, it's free, stuff like that. Like, make it like some incentive to, I don't know, just give us a little more
As
incentive.
long as it doesn't cost me $350 to $400, I'm good with it.
Yeah, right. Whatever, yeah, whatever is cheap. Um, what I would like to see is some things to show a little incentive to join an FC. That's all. Like something that's like, hey, there are some benefits to joining an FC. You should go do that. Other than, like, do you guys have my favorite quote still? You guys got tables? Fucking house is full of
I
tables,
was just
bro.
gonna bring that up.
You guys got tables?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
That's the
tables.
only reason.
Yeah, bro, we got tables. Come to Fanfrit, we got tables. I'm gonna hurt myself. I'm gonna start like wearing a taser, and every time I say I'm gonna hit the button.
Ooh, can I?
Sure, you can get the button. You keep me on track. No plans to nerf Weeping City. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Not that either of us have tried it yet, but I would really like to try it before any sort of nerf comes in.
There are no plans for it. They're watching it, and they asked the crowd that was there watching the live letter, and they said, "Do you guys want nerfs?" And it was a resounding no. No, actually, flip it. No nerfs were actually what people wanted. Were a Savage mode of Weeping City. They wanted Savage 24 man. Yeah. Please, let's make it harder.
Just make everything harder.
And we didn't link it, and we didn't have it here, but the link you sent to me to read was the MMORPG article. They had even mentioned in there that people in Final Fantasy XIV use raiding to start to learn the fights, which I find super interesting. I think that's good, in a sense, like really good, because I think if people start learning fights or learning to raid or stepping into raiding, even on normal mode, and you make the incentive for Savage be worth it, make it so that, like, all right, you did normal and here's the stuff, but when you go to Savage, you get like this badass, like this armor, like you can get Savage and looks great, or something that, like, you need to drive an incentive to want to push people to try to make stuff hard, besides the people that want to do Bleeding Edge and the World First people. Like, try to get like people that have never really done Savage or really done hard mode content, like push them towards hard mode content.
I don't know if that's really the intent of Savage though, right? Like the Savage is most people aren't going to hit the Savage raids at all. They'll do the regular raids and stuff, but the Savage stuff is going to be, it's more the people pushing it at the beginning. Like eventually people will catch up and do the Savage stuff, but I think
you
they're
would hope.
kind of targeting more of that hardcore crowd almost.
Yeah, but I mean,
Especially if there's people asking for Savage Weeping City, like that's
yeah, well, I mean, people have said the quality of the fight was great, like the fights and the. So
They
maybe
look awesome. I would love to go and do it.
maybe there was a fight. You could fight a Rubik's cube, and I don't care what anything you say. I don't care what game you have. You fight a Rubik's cube. Go find me an MMO. You fight a Rubik's cube right now.
We have this one.
This one is this one works. Looking at you, Warcraft. You show me a Rubik's cube. You got a Rubik's cube? No. Thinking about Raid Roulette. Yeah. Why not? I mean, anything to help get tokens. I guess. I
guess we're kind of on the.
You know
I
what?
think a lot of people's Raid Roulette, you're almost looking for, like, you already are geared at that point for a lot of the content. A lot of the raid needs you to have that gear. I'm almost be using it more of a, hey, let's explore these raids. Like, we haven't run any of them really, except I think Void Ark is the first one that we ran.
Uh-huh.
So we haven't seen like the Crystal Tower or any of the other raids from way back when.
We could do those. Not that hard. It just depends if you want to do them unsynced or synced. If you want,
even if we can do it more of the finding other people to do it, like we can do it unsynced without a full group, but finding the same people all on at the exact same time. I know like there's events that are organized on Reddit and Facebook and different free companies that do them, but just to kind of do a pickup group, hey, let's go run a raid.
We can we'll discuss that. We will put our heads together and start setting times and stuff. I know that if we make the incentive for people to like, hey, you want to get into this fucking raid thing, you gonna push yourself. And then we can do a montage. I'll play music and let people. Less than 1 month to 3.35. You know what that means? Less than 1 month to what? Palace of the Dead.
Can't wait for that deep dungeon.
New anti-RMT tools in 3.4. You excited about the anti-RMT tool?
I keep ignoring it, but if it makes my spam go down, then I am completely going to be for it.
Yep.
It gets a little crazy on these servers.
Sure it does.
Just quick too, that you mentioned that there's possibility that we're going to get some MGP bonus events into the rotation. The system is in place from the Gold Saucer event there, so they're going to consider it. I really hope that comes in because I really want that mount.
So do I. I think the challenge log is okay, but I wish that the increase affected the challenge log, and it didn't. I know people were like, "Oh yeah, dude, that thing applies to the challenge log." I'm like, "No, it didn't," because I was watching that like a hawk. At least it wasn't on Fanfrit. If it was on your server, show me proof, because did not hit Fanfrit. If that was not working as intended, y'all owe me some MGP because I want my money. Deep Dungeon, the thing I think I'm so excited for.
I am looking forward to it almost as much as I am of 3.3. The Deep Dungeon, especially with the whole separate progression piece, even right down to the MMORPG article that I linked earlier had this great screenshot of the Deep Dungeon there. And just the 16-bit graphics for the whole thing was a great touch. I love that.
Yeah, the UI is definitely reminiscent of an old school Final Fantasy, and it made my heart just flutter with joy when I saw Yoshi P that looked at like Chocobo's Mysterious Dungeon for inspiration, which if you're a Final Fantasy fan, that is a great little game, and you should go try it out. So we'll give you some little notes here about the Deep Dungeon. It requires level 17 to enter. You do not, and I know this. They said this during the live letter. It does not require Heavensward to enter. So this is content that if you don't have Heavensward yet, and you have a friend that maybe you bought the game for and you didn't buy them Heavensward, this is something you can do together. 17 to get to 17 in this game does not take much time. You can do that in pretty much half a day, if that.
And quick note too, we talked about this earlier, but the Amazon promotion is on currently, and Heavensward is on sale for surprisingly $20, which is about the limit that you need to get the in-game codes,
Mhm.
so you could get the expansion and the codes all at once.
Sure can. That works.
We're not
Also,
sponsored by Amazon yet.
yes, yes. Dear Amazon, we like money.
Please.
Yeah, right. Do 2.4. So here's the thing. Do 2.4. Plus Tamtara first. Hint, hint. And here we talked about this. And listen, spoilers, but Ida has a ghost, and pretty sure she's involved somehow in this place. Because we know there's gonna be story, at least up for the first 100 floors. Also, we'll get to that Ida and ghost hunting in a second. There's gonna be 2 slave slots, so that if you go with multiple classes or jobs, you have the ability to go in. So I would think of this like if you have a main character that you've already leveled up, you have your animal weapon and stuff, and you don't like you're like, all right, well, I want to go down there maybe with another class because you can level, like you do get some levels out of this, like you'll level specifically in there, but then you do get some XP for exiting the dungeon. So if you wanted to bring a different class, you can bring 2 different classes and have 2 different slave slots, and yay.
Well, we talked about this last week too, as well. When you have different groups of people as well, you'll only be able to save progress with those groups. So if you only have 2 save slots, you can really only go in with 2 separate static groups, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or have a solo one and a group one, depending on how you want to play.
It's got that sweet 16-bit graphic UI. So if you're an old SNES fan of the Final Fantasy series, you're gonna love that, and I'm gonna love that. So
Yeah, it looks amazing.
it does. Chest drop items, level up weapon / armor or mimic. So you can get lucky, get extra lucky, get kind of lucky, or get fucked by a mimic.
I really want to get a mimic.
I want pets. Like I want a pet out of it. Want a deep
Wait,
dive.
you want a pet mimic? I'd take a pet mimic.
Oh, that'd be so dope. Can we get that? Yo, whoever.
Shout out to anyone listening who can actually influence this.
Yeah. Dear Square Enix, we here at Maelstrom Radio would like a mimic minion. It'd be kind of cool. It'd be a little chest, go chomp chomp chomp. It'd be delicious. It'd be great. Can we get that in the Palace of the Dead? That'd be so good. Want? No lockouts.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's no lockouts, so go in and attempt the palace as many times as you want. Which is kind of nice because you can fail. So
The other nice thing with it is they have confirmed that there's no required roles for this, so you want to go in with a full bard party, do it.
ain't no party like a full bard party. Because a full bard party won't stop.
This is why I made a bard.
Alright. Real quick. So, it was made known to me by the fantastic Luna Vox from Phoenix Down Radio. Give them a little shout out. That Ida haunts the capital city, specifically from what I found on YouTube, Gridania. Now, it's supposedly near, once you get off the 8th Ray and you're walking towards past the Carpenter house, the Carpenter area, go straight to the back. There's that little section of like a park kind of thing where the kids are playing, and there's a pole with a light. And around, I guess, 2 a.m. server time, Ida's ghost will pop up for maybe 10 seconds. She pops up and she disappears. That is the coolest thing. Like, I want that in my life. So, like, I love when MMOs do things like that. Like, that is one of my favorite things in an MMO, is when they do little things in the world like that. Like,
What I'm really curious on is how long did it take for us to actually figure it out? Like, I know the developers mentioned it recently, but how long has it been in the game that no one's ever noticed?
I'm sure, like, you know, the thing is, like, once I watched the video, I'm like, you know what? I remember running by, like, when I first got the game, running by And it had to be after 2.4 that I did, and I was like, was there somebody by that lamppost? And never acknowledged it and kept running. I've done that in the past where I've seen something in game and like, maybe it was just my like you think it's like, hey, it's 3 a.m. I'm just tired. I'm seeing shit in game. And I just kept running. I've done that before. Now knowing, I'm like, oh great, there's a ghost. There's a ghost that taunts the city. And the thing is, like, now that makes me wonder how much hidden shit is in this game. Like, what little things, how many times, where does she show up? Like, does she only show up in Gridania? Does she show up in the other capital cities? Knowing that, where she is lore-wise, Gridania would make the most sense. Now, I would love more ghosts. I would love, like, little things like that. Like, one of my favorite things in World of Warcraft was Lordaeron, or when you're going into the Undercity, and you're walking through Old Lordaeron to go to below to the Undercity for the undead area. In the middle, when you're walking through the old throne room, if you turn up the game ambient noise and turn down the music, you'll hear the cutscene from Warcraft 3 of when Anduin's father is murdered. like like you hear that whole scene played out, and that's always been there. And Warcraft has always done that. Like, they've done little things like that where they'll put like these little plaques hidden in the world. Like, you just go off, like, here's the beaten path. Go off the beaten path and run 50 miles, or 50 in-game miles this way. You'll find a plaque with a statue and read it, and it means something to someone. Maybe a dev. You never know. I love little stuff like that, and I love when people do that into their games. That one makes the world more interesting to explore. It shows that devs care, like they want this world to be like living and breathing, because they know they put so much work into this world that it should be a living, breathing thing. And we saw some of that. Like, we got like something like that in the 1 year event of A Realm Reborn, where we got the breaking of the fourth wall, and Yoshi P talking directly to us, the characters of the game, which was still one of my favorite in-game events, just because it's the promise that we will never fail you as a company again and again, like, which is like so rare. You get like rare do you ever get a company to say, hey, listen, we know we failed, but let alone know they failed, get a chance for redemption, and then a year later it'd be like, hey, listen, we know we fucked up, but we know we've made good, but I still want to promise you that we will never do that again. So, please more. Please, just more of that. Did EQ2 ever have like hidden like little nuggets in the world like that?
Oh yeah, they had references all over the place, and especially with EQ1 being the huge success that it was, they had a lot of references and throwbacks to EQ1 as well throughout the game.
Yeah, especially because
also they put in a lot of pop culture references as well, which was pretty entertaining. But also things like throwbacks to different developers and stuff that may or may not be there anymore. Like, that was kind of a nice addition to the game.
Yeah, we don't get that a lot in Final Fantasy 14. We get it. I remember Koji Fox saying, if it's anything the player, us, like, we can see, we'll get like a reference or a pun. If it's anything our in-game character will see, we don't. there is no pun. Which I find interesting. So it's like, you can laugh, but your character doesn't get it because there is no MC Hammer, or there is no Hanson, or Ghostbusters, or any of that. There is no Game of Thrones. Like I've been doing the Leave Quest, Storm of Swords. I was like, all right, Game of Thrones. Get it.
Well, like, you haven't read the whole, or you haven't seen the whole plot line of 2 point everything?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a whole lot of Game of Thrones stuff going on, and then
Pretty much.
they don't need Game of Thrones. The other Game of Thrones actually in the world. They have enough of their depth and political struggles.
Some bonus content. Announced Kate Sith plushie for sale. If you're a Kate Sith fan, and go get a plush, and you'll get an in-game item. This time it's not a minion. Usually you get a minion of some sort if you buy the plush, but this time it is Kate Sith ears. So all you glamour people out there, get some cat ears. How would that work with the Miqo'te?
I was just thinking that too.
Wait a minute. How does cat ears work? On
Do they get
cat.
2 sets of cat ears?
That's so weird.
I think we're gonna have to test them.
Do they just get bigger cat ears? I'm whispering. Somebody that's a cat, tell us how that works. How does that work? That makes no sense now.
I don't know. We'll have to see them. And
Hmm.
a Lalafell with them.
I wonder if they get a glamour. Oh well. Or that'd be cool if they got like new ears maybe for them. There's like Makode get Kate Sith here or something.
One long ear, one ear.
I guess this last thing is kind of important too, right? I guess.
No, we
Maybe?
can probably skip it. We don't need to talk about it yet.
Alright. I mean, it's not like FanFest is important.
Ah,
No, no, it's kind of important. Like tomorrow, June 21st, the FanFest tickets go on sale. That will be at what 12
12 Pacific,
Yep.
3 p.m. Sorry, Eastern.
Yeah, 3 p.m. Eastern. The pre-sale if you have been subscribed, and I'm sorry I don't have the time, but I believe it's from between April of 2016 to May 2016. I don't know the specific dates. You have gotten a code. It was emailed to you the day of that announcement at E3. It was in my inbox. I believe Shin had gotten his email as well. That is your pre-order code. If you're going to get a ticket, you plug that code in, and that gets you in line to get a ticket early before they are sold to general public. I'm not sure how many tickets they have. I cannot tell you if they will be sold out, but they are trying their best to avoid anybody trying to just buy tickets and then scalp them. So if there was a guy who was going to scalp tickets, he would have had to been playing the game from April to May. So
So, just a heads up for those, you have to have had an active Final Fantasy XIV account between May 1st and June 6th, 2016.
all right, so June 6th.
And as well, there are some situations where existing users who do meet those requirements would not get those emails. Square Enix is asking you to contact their support center. You can find the article on the Lodestone website.
Yep. Just go to Lodestone.
They can get you that article, but do it fast because pre-sale's up tomorrow.
Yep. Ticket price is $135 before taxes. It's not
US.
bad. US, yes, US. It's not bad. I've seen I mean BlizzCon tickets are close to $200 pop. So and you have to listen to Blink-182, so I don't think anybody wins really. Blink-182 or what was it this year? Linkin Park. I don't know. Bring back Tenacious D. That's what I say. No, but FanFest, they don't do it every year, so this is a big time to meet with other community figures and people, the devs, and meet with people you play with on your server, people in your FC. I am definitely going to be out there. Shin is going to try his damnedest to be out there. I would like to meet other people that do podcasts while we're out there as well. I know that the folks that over at Phoenix Down Radio are going to be out there. I know that Limit Break Radio is going to be out there. I'm sure other shows will try their damnedest to be out there. We will do our best. And if we are out there, we will do our best to try to get interviews. If not with devs, I will even interview, believe it or not, if they allow us, I will even interview some folks from Limit Break Radio. I'd love to interview Aniro Grigori, just because he's been doing a Final Fantasy podcast now for 10 years, from Final Fantasy 11 into Final Fantasy 14, and I think that would be an interesting little chat with his friend, his group, the whole group, because it would be, I think it'd make good content.
Fireside chat with Flatus.
Yeah, there you go. Just go get tickets, guys. If it's gonna be a fun time, you'll see us out there hopefully. And if you don't, and from what I understand, there is a discount for the staying at the Paris Hotel. If you can't afford, like, listen, we already started looking at prices. It is a little expensive still with the discount, even though you do get the convenience of staying at the same hotel. Where the thing is, there are other hotels that are much cheaper. If you split a room with somebody, you can just take an Uber over to that place. We may even Airbnb. I don't know yet. Like, if I can find a cheap, like, listen, if I can just rent somebody's house and I get just Uber my way into the city, I don't care. I'm just using a place to sleep. But if I get somebody's house, I'll be like, well, I'll cook steaks, I guess. I'll go grocery shopping. I don't care. Whatever's cheaper. So really, that's all I had. I mean, I had nothing else. We talked about ghosts. We did it. I think that we did it. I think we did our due diligence today.
I think that about wraps it up.
We
I know we mentioned last week that we'd have our third co-host here. Didn't quite make it out for this week, but
Did he give us an excuse yet? Hold on.
no, he was just asking where everyone is in game.
That's our third co-host, everybody. That's it. We did it. He's in game. We're over here. Busting ass trying to put out a quality non-content for everybody. We did it. Well,
You done good.
let's see. We talked about wood. We talked about ghosts.
Talked about beavers.
Talked about beavers. Talked about spoiling. We talked about dungeon diving. Palaces and deads. We did it. We did it.
3.
Yeah, we did some E3. You know, if you break it down like that, it doesn't sound like we did a video game podcast at all, other than the E3. Although E3 it almost sounds like it almost sounds like we did an erotic podcast. Next week on Maelstrom Radio, we keep it rated R.
Till C swallows all.
Yep, that's it. That's it. I can't end it. Well, that's it. I don't know how to end the show after that. Thank you all for showing up to the third episode of Maelstrom Radio, Ghost with the Most. Next week, we hope to be a full 3-person podcast. We will drag the third one kicking and screaming. He probably just forgot because we did mention it to him. And he was like, I will be there. And then he's in game apparently playing Final Fantasy XIV. So, priorities, I guess? I don't know. Shin, do you have anything else?
Nope, that about wraps it up for me there.
All right. Thank you all. See you all next Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific, for Maelstrom Radio. That's Shin. That way, I'm Flatus. See you all next week in Eorzea. Till sea swallow all, Stormwolves. Bye.
Till C swallows all.